All right, we're back now.
We're back?
We're back.
We're back. Matt, I need a theme song. You guys AFK. All right, guys, welcome back to Locals. Today we have episode 18, but actually not 18 because we're going to skip it and it's going to be Wednesday. So we're here with Adam, fresh off his Pasadena win, back to back. Am I right?
Yeah.
So
Kind of surreal.
yeah, it's kind of surreal. And we're here again, ProjectCCG. I'm Dennis, and we have
ProjectCCG Matt.
And then we're just gonna talk about Adam, his origin stories. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw Nikki's video and they really enjoyed that one. So go learn a little bit about Adam over here and his road to One Piece, because I know he's also a multi-game player like Nikki was. I think Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon for a bit. I was there for the Pokemon event. Yeah. Dragon Ball and now One Piece.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. How did you get into card games?
As a little kid, my dad just got me into Pokemon.
Yeah,
it started with the video games.
Okay.
That kind of got me into the card games.
Classic gateway.
Yeah, he got me the Game Boy. I got lucky that my grandparents really wanted to spoil me. They got me all the Pokemon games.
All right. So real question: what color are you first?
I played yellow first.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, the Pikachu following.
Yeah.
All right, that's a pretty good one for start off.
Yeah, so I played that one.
Yeah.
And then just throughout elementary school, I guess that just started becoming a thing where people would just bring their cards. And so I got interested. Started off with Pokemon cards. And then I would say maybe 6th, 7th grade, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Through watching it on TV. Just Saturday, I had what was it, WB at the time or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Hooked me. I don't know, something something about it. Even right now, even though I play One Piece mainly, Yu-Gi-Oh! Will always have a close thing in my heart.
Yeah.
I love watching it. I always rewatch old stuff. So
there's a thing called hashtag YPFL.
Oh,
You player for life. you never quit.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
go other
sir.
games or you quit for 10 years. You always come back to it. So for whatever reason, the game is so addictive and being a combo and I don't know. Yeah, it's so different from any other card game.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I took a really long break. I think maybe from 2021 to 2023, and Runic Stun came out, and hello, it's kind of like Nami. I played it for a YCS, local YCS. I day two'd. I had a chance to make top cut, but I just misplayed at the final couple rounds, and. It just goes to show. Yu-Gi-Oh! You have to dedicate so much time and effort to really excel and to be consistent. Mm-hmm. So, that showed that for me taking that break hurt me there. But it's a game that I love. Even now, I'm already planning on playing again sometime soon. I dabble in it here and there, but I do judge. So I keep up with certain cards. I guess that's also what keeps me in the game. But yeah, going back to I guess my childhood and Yu-Gi-Oh! TV shows, I didn't really start competing until high school. Mm-hmm. So I just I had collected the cards. I'm pretty sure I got ripped off as a kid.
Of course, classic.
On the playground. They're like, what is this ultimate plague spreader that you got? I'll give you this ultra rare Stardust. It's don't you want the dragon?
Trade them.
Yeah, I want the dragon. Hell yeah. Yeah, just high school. I didn't. That's what I started learning what tournaments were. Mm-hmm. My first locals, and I guess my first tournament was actually YCS Long Beach.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Your first event ever?
Ever. Yeah.
You were there on Friday?
Yeah, I was there on Friday.
The line wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
That was your first event. That's a really bad experience to start off.
I thought it was great. It
wait 4 hours?
Yeah, it was amazing to me. It's man, I can't believe this many people want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay. Made it more grand, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just a high schooler, so I was just seeing everyone there really got me curious, where do people play normally? Mm-hmm. So after that event, I started mainly playing at, I think it was Odyssey at the time before they became CCG.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just started there.
Free Wednesday events.
Yeah.
Yes, free box tournament on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Started there, played at Legacy Cards and Comics. Mm-hmm. That's when I met Asala, and at the time he was always a good Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, but definitely not as popular as he is now. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful for all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Friends that I had. A lot of them they don't play anymore. Some SoCal greats like Omar Dowdy and Eda Paipong, Robbie Rajan, Barry Keys, Ed Asensio, Angel Asensio, my bad. Ed Asception. Yeah, all these people who were just near me, and they're just all good at Yu-Gi-Oh! And later on down the line, they just became professionals. Mm-hmm. So thankful to them for just they would just practice with me, just some normal kid, who was just interested in playing, and I would see them on my locals. So seeing them compete like got me curious. And then once I got my first job at a card shop,
MTG deals.
at MTG deals, I was like, I want to experience this. I want to try. I want to compete. I played Yu-Gi-Oh for a really long time. So I would say like over 10 years.
Let's rewind a little bit back. How'd you hear about Long Beach, first of all? Like, that's your first event ever. How'd you, like, did you just go, like, Google www.konami.com?
Oh, no.
How'd you find about
We had a
Long
Yu-Gi-Oh
Beach?
club on campus.
Okay.
I went to Alhambra High School.
Okay, down the street.
Yeah.
You're also a thief, right? Throwback. So Alhambra High, you had a Yu-Gi-Oh club there, and at the club, were you one of, like, the top players, or just
No,
like,
definitely not.
Not really?
No,
Okay.
no. My first deck was just like a pile of whatever I could get. Like I think because Crossroads of Chaos had just come out, so like it was like Black Rose.
Yeah, Black Rose. Yeah.
I don't even know what ban list it was. I think it was like right before.
I think before Strike Fighter. Dark Strike Fighter.
Yeah, and then also I think it was the list right before Future Fusion got banned.
Okay. Yeah.
So what was it? The Dragon deck, was it called Disaster Dragon or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the good decks, or I guess it was still like Dark World at the time.
So what'd you play at Long Beach?
I ended up making Heroes because that's what I gravitated towards from
That was
watching.
a Hero Beat event with the guy from Mexico won.
I did
before.
not play Hero Beat. Like, I did not.
You
not
have
know.
Stratos.
I didn't know. I definitely had a Stratos in my deck. I just didn't know. Like, I didn't know what a meta was. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, I knew what some of the good cards were.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
You're playing Poly into Flames. Playing
I couldn't afford Fiendish Chain at the time. That's for sure. It was, $80 super rare. Like, you need 3 of.
Yeah.
I got really lucky though. I guess Scrap Dragon was really good at the time, and
Yes.
that also was like an $80 card. But for my entry packs, so I didn't know how expensive cards were.
Okay.
So like I had made my deck on Dueling Network at the time.
Yes, Dueling Network,
So
yeah.
I made my deck, had it. I'm like, all right, I can find a Scrap Dragon for the tournament.
Oh, you didn't know? Like,
I didn't know it was
you thought
expensive.
you could pick up everything at the show.
Yeah.
or
So
event.
I got lucky. I found a Scrap Dragon.
Yeah.
I forgot what I traded for it. It might have been like I think a Ghost Rare.
Honest.
No. I didn't get those packs yet. No, it was like what was it? The new Order of Chaos. The special editions just came out. It's a Utopia. It's like
Utopia.
It goes on top of Utopia.
The one that you detach and it pumps up.
And it makes the thing
The
zero.
guy
But
was
you have
zero.
to be like a
Like
super
1,000
low life point.
1,000 life points. Yeah. I think S39 or something like that.
Yeah, so I traded that for a Scrap Dragon. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm only missing 1 card from my extra deck. And
Wait, how are you synchroing in Heroes? What the?
you never heard of Deep Sea Diva?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, it was like not a good deck. I think at the time Diva was at 2 and like Malicious was also at 2.
Yeah.
But I think I made the deck because on the Xbox there was like a new Yu-Gi-Oh game and that had like a fake ban list or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh, I can play Water Heroes. This is cool. So I just kind of like I found out what a ban list was and then I just made what I could of the hero deck.
Yeah.
Dude, it was awful. I had a Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning in there. A dark,
that's right. It was banned, right?
Yeah. No. It was legal. At
It was
once.
legal, it was
Yeah,
legal.
but like my hero deck is water. Like
Oh,
you know,
there's no
like,
dark and light?
Yeah. The heroes are dark and light. I played Plague Spreader for fun. I played Dark Arm Dragon. I don't even know how many darks I played. That's
crazy.
It was honestly mind-boggling.
Maybe you're cooking. You didn't even know.
Yeah, maybe I was. I did beat someone who was good at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name, but
Yeah. How far did you get at Long Beach?
I day 2'd.
You day 2? That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Do you still have that list?
I do have the list.
All right, I'm gonna put the list here. We're
I'll bring
gonna
it up.
cook this list up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But like I remember like on the bubble. Oh, it was not on the bubble. It was like round 5. Played against Hero Beat, and this was the good player. He goes set 5, have Alias pass. He thinks he's pretty, chilling.
Yeah.
Because Starlight. He probably had a
Starlight
Starlight Road.
Road, yep.
No one sets 5 without Starlight Road.
Yeah.
I blind MST.
No.
I hit the road and then I heavy him and he scooped. And then game 2 he bricked.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
You're like this mother effort.
Yeah.
He hit the one Starlight Road.
It was definitely like beginner's luck for sure.
Yeah,
My
for
deck
sure.
was trash. I blind hit
MST,
someone.
yeah.
I was undefeated for a while. My first loss
crazy.
was against a local guy named I think everyone kind of knows him, Tim Hutchison. You know Tim.
Yeah.
I played him. He was playing Dino Rabbit.
Yep,
and
yep.
like the main reason I lost to him was because when I finally drew Future Fusion, I ran out of water targets. So I
So you
lost.
couldn't no zero.
I couldn't get. No, I needed the Malicious in the graveyard.
Yeah. You couldn't. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he got lucky.
Yeah. Like
My luck ended there. But yeah, I day 2'd.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, man, we left like at 1 a.m.
It was like 11 rounds because it was like 14 rounds. It was like 4,000 players. It was like the biggest YCS. Actually, it was the biggest card game tournament in like at the time in like compare Magic, Pokemon, anything. It was
Yeah,
the biggest event.
so from there, when I day two'd, I went back. I was so tired. I won one round, and then I lost the next two.
Yeah.
So I didn't top, but
Yeah.
I didn't even know what that would
What topping meant.
Yeah, so like I didn't care. I was like, oh,
You just, I want to play. I want to play.
Yeah, I want to keep playing.
Okay.
So,
So who took you to that event?
another local guy named Sebastian Baez.
Seabass.
Yeah, Seabass. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he basically was my ride to everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't go to Alhambra High. I honestly forgot how I met him. But we became good friends, and he's the one who like introduced me to locals.
Okay.
And so he took me to Core and Legacy at the time.
So then Alhambra High, Yu-Gi-Oh Club, and then went to YCS Long Beach, and then from there the gateways open to like different locals and jumping around trying to get better and stuff like that. All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I basically just tried other card games that were just interesting.
Yeah.
Like all of them had like anime followings, Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't was like Force of Will. That was random, but my friends had at the time were really big on the game.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, why not? I'll try it out.
Yeah. It also helps that he worked at a card shop, so everyone's playing cards anyways. The conversation always happens, and like it's easier to immerse yourself in card games.
Yeah, and it was very helpful. People trying different things out.
Yeah.
And everyone's usually very nice about letting you borrow cards. At least, I mean, until you ruin their friendships. But there's so many bad stories, but
Yeah.
at least I've kept a good group of friends, and we always let each other borrow cards.
Yeah,
And
I think Force of Will, Leon, one of the top Yu-Gi-Oh players, was playing Force of Will too, and he got the invite to Worlds. So it means like we're cooking here in Cali, SoCal, dude. It's pretty like crazy how good these players are in multiple card games and not just like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it stems from Yu-Gi-Oh because then going to the next game was Dragon Ball, right?
it was Force of Will first.
Force of Will first, okay.
Yeah, and then Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball, you were on the same team as Nikki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Ramon's team, or Ramon was one of the guys on the same team, and I think you were also competing really well. You did really well in Dragon Ball as well.
Yeah, I would say now it's like my fourth. It's my fourth most successful game. I would
Fourth.
say. Yeah, because number one's definitely One Piece.
Yeah.
Number two would have been Force of Will.
Mm-hmm.
Number three would be Yu-Gi-Oh, and then fourth would be Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So in Force of Will, did you get a lot of tops in that event too?
I did. I played. I basically traveled to every event the first season.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of crazy. Honestly, that whole year was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I had just gotten out of a relationship.
Yeah.
I was just like looking for something to do. I wanted to, and so I wanted to compete.
Mm-hmm.
My friend literally just gave me a deck. He's like, "Hey, sign up for this Force of Will regional at Anime Expo." I never played the game before.
First time playing.
It was my first time playing.
Okay.
He just told me like, hey, just sign up for fun because the promo card was worth a lot of money.
Oh, just go to get money, free money.
Yeah. He's like, but I'll give you a deck just so you can play. I'm like,
Yeah.
Sure. So I practiced for like one day.
One day.
Yeah, for one day just to like I wanted to know what I was doing.
Yeah,
I didn't
draw
wanna,
5, draw 6.
Yeah, I didn't want to cheat.
Yeah.
So that happened. I got top 8, and I lost to Robbie Briajan.
Oh, he was playing it too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was so unlucky, and he's actually so lucky.
Yeah.
So I was playing like a mid-range tempo deck,
Yeah.
and he was playing anti-control, slowest deck possible.
Yeah.
And every other deck in top 8 was aggro. He would have lost to anyone else but me.
Yeah.
So
Dang, that's crazy.
yeah, that was really
So
unfortunate.
that top 8 at AX, was it like a lot of money? That prize card you got?
At the time, well, there was a big difference between top 8 and top 4.
Oh, okay.
Top 8 you got cards. Top 4, you had a chance to get a trip to Japan.
Oh, okay.
So
you're one win away
I was
from
one
Japan.
win away from going to Japan.
So was that the only event you went to for?
No.
For
I went to. So after that, my friend's like, "What the? Like,
this guy?"
Yeah. How did you top?
Yeah.
Like, you just learned a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you want to go play more?" I'm like, "Yeah, the game's kind of fun."
Uh-huh.
So I went to every event that year. I think it was like 6 total, and I got like top 16 a lot.
That's crazy. How big are these events? Because this is First of All, I never know anything about like the scene of that.
It was pretty big, honestly. I think the first few events had well over like close to 1,000 people, and then toward the end of the game, or like toward the end of the season, it kind of dwindled down because ban list issues. They just were really afraid to put out a ban list. That's what ruined the game. It was a great game.
Okay.
Like that first year, it was there was a lot of good things about it. But yeah. So yeah, after that, my friend sponsored me.
Oh, okay.
I went to like Rhode Island, Hawaii.
Dang.
Yeah. I got some. I was a good year.
So that was just Force of Will.
That
were
was
you playing,
just- yeah.
Were you playing other games while you were playing Force of Will?
I played Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. I didn't travel as much for Yu-Gi-Oh though, because it was pretty busy. It was like an event like every couple weeks or something.
Oh, okay.
Because because it's Anime Expo is like in July, so like the remainder of the year, it was like almost like a trip every.
Oh, every month.
Yeah,
Because you have
every
6 months left after Anime Expo. What year was that?
2018,
2018, and then from there we went to Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It was right after like the game first of all fell off. Dragon Ball came out and like emerged out of the darkness. Because boxes were crazy. I remember it was like $3 for a box and stuff like that.
The
and
first
no
3
cards.
sets.
Yeah, first 3 sets was crazy. Like imagine One Piece, but like on crack. Because this is the first time that anime card game came out, like, and it did well. And at the same time, Dragon Ball Super, the anime was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was so
it was
good.
It was the perfect
like,
storm.
perfect storm of events. Yeah, it was crazy. And the game was fun, right?
Yeah,
it was
great.
really unique on how you were able to. You don't have to get mana like Magic. It's like every card's a mana, right? So it was a really unique game.
Yeah, and I guess I think something that made that great was just deck building. Like it didn't have any restrictions. You could play like any colors. I mean, you were restricted like for consistency, but for the most part, you can mix and match everything. I think that's like what makes Yu-Gi-Oh a great game. There's the only limit is the ban list, and you can find some card from the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
usually it's Star Strike Blast. It's crazy. And there's always some there's always some random comment in that set. That's just
Vanishing's Emptiness.
Yeah, game breaking.
Yeah.
Like Joel Lockbird's in that set.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of Stardust cards, Formula Synchron.
Yeah, it's like a 10-cent card become $10 overnight because someone found something kind of crazy.
Yeah, so Dragon Ball kind of had that going for it, where I didn't start playing really until like set 3.
Okay.
But still being able to look back at the old cards and just kind of go through it and deck building, I think that's when I really get to enjoy a game, and I think that's why I have success. And I think I'm a good deck builder. Sometimes I don't play too well, but I do think
he's a good cook.
Yeah,
you cook.
Yeah,
you cook.
I do like. I just being creative. I think that's a big motivation, and getting to try new things and just finding little interactions that maybe other people haven't thought about yet. So
and then from there, was MTG Deal still around?
Yeah, it was around for like
I think a little before COVID, right?
Yeah, it might have. Actually, I wasn't at Deal, or I stopped going to Deals before Dragon Ball came out. I was at. I think that's when
Owl opened up.
Yeah. So I was at Blackstone Owl for when Dragon Ball had become big.
Adam worked at MTG Deals, which is like a card shop in San Gabriel, and they closed down. And then he moved to Blackstone Owl, which is in Baldwin Park, right? So he moved from one card shop to another card shop. At the same time, you're still Dragon Ball, you're still playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think you were really known for pendulums at the time.
Yeah.
Right. What made you gear towards that pendulum deck? Because no one was playing pendulums. Like I think you're the only one in that nationals that topped with pendulums.
Yeah, I was. I just something about it being able to do everything at the time. That was before the master roll list where they really nerfed it. But you could play Xyz, you could play synchros, you could play fusions. Like I just like the flexibility of it. So I guess it's just like I like options. Option decks are what I go to, and at the time, Zodiac was like tiers, or like it was in every deck. If you weren't playing Zoo, you weren't gonna win.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I didn't want to just play the standard because it's there was just so many
mirror matches all day.
Yeah, not only mirror matches, but just like there's like tech cards that people play specifically for Zoo that just like hurt. I mean, Deep Barrier was one of them. So, but it felt good. Like I summoned my Zodiac my monster, and there you go. All right, Xyz. I'm like, haha, pendulum.
Yeah. Because if they don't know what you're playing, they're like, you just bring out another.
After round 5 though, people knew what I was playing. Yeah, but it
didn't matter.
Yeah, when they found out, and like if I lost a dice roll, okay, I put my scales down, and then they'll flip D-Barrier, call pendulum.
Yeah.
Like okay, I'll still pendulum summon my Zoo monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like and they're dead.
Yeah. So now the virus came, and we couldn't play card games. And then how did you get into One Piece? Because there was a Digimon in between that. Like
Digimon but Digimon was like impossible because it came out during COVID.
Yeah.
It's like you're lucky if your store got like a box. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know. I think we got 3 boxes total at Blackstone. It was actually ridiculous. Like how could you even play this game?
Yeah.
There were 3 boxes.
No card pool. Yeah. No community. So then that didn't allow you to play.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But because I was just stuck at home, my Dragon Ball group got over or hung out a lot over Discord, and they got me into One Piece. Like, I really didn't want to watch it. I was so against watching it because it was like 1,000 episodes. I'm like, what? I don't want to spend all this time watching it. And I heard there was like a lot of fillers, so I'm like, man, I don't even. Why am I gonna waste so much time? But my friends were super big One Piece fans. And they're like, don't worry, like. Well, we're not gonna watch any of the filler. We already know what to watch. It's kind of crazy that they were willing to rewatch it.
So they gave you an episode guide.
Yeah.
list.
So at first I was still, even though they had like a whole plan set up.
Yeah.
They got my other friend Angel into it first. And they were just always hanging out in Discord watching One Piece. I think it was like maybe about like episode 100 something.
Only episode 100.
Yeah, where I got like FOMO because it's like even though we're all in the Discord call and you could like just see, you could click the watch stream button if I really wanted to, but I'm not doing all that. So I waited till
it was on Discord. You just go in that channel and you watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't even know what I was doing in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually, like around episode 100 is when I was like, I caved. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of feeling FOMO. I want to hang out with you guys and watch it.
Okay.
So
you guys all sit on Discord call just watching One Piece together?
Yeah, slowly over COVID. And we didn't even finish before COVID, like finally, where we could finally start going outside and stuff. Yeah. But it might have been like maybe like episode 600, 700 or something. When
that's when the game came out.
That's when the game had already gotten announced.
Oh, it came out.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. And so because I was already watching it, it's like, yeah, now I kind of want to play this card game.
Do you think if you didn't watch the anime, would you have still played?
I don't think I would have played as soon. I think eventually I would have because
the pricing insane.
Well, I don't even. Definitely the pricing is insane, but I think it's just because what my friends would have told me, like, hey, we're all playing.
Oh, let's go. Let's go travel together.
Yeah, let's go, or even just like start like practicing at locals. Or something.
Yeah. So then the game got announced, and what was your first deck into One Piece?
I played Red starter deck Luffy.
Okay.
I mean, at the time, everyone's like, "Oh, Zoro's so much the better Red deck," and I just refused to believe it. And like, One Piece didn't have any major events for a while.
Yeah.
I think they had some online ones, but I wasn't into the remote duel thing.
Yeah.
So I would just play locals, but whenever I would go to locals, I would win. It was kind of crazy because like
and at the time the locals was actually like crazy. Like you win the locals, you got like $100 plus in pricing because those prize packs were like so limited.
Or even the box. I mean,
the pricing.
There were so many people. Depending on where you went, like you would win a box because the game was so popular.
Yeah, the box like $200-300.
Yeah, but so it was really funny. So when the tournament season started and locals were popping, I mean, eventually all the locals started running out of OPL1 boxes. Yeah. But when I started playing, I would win the boxes and I would take them back to Blackstone.
Oh, it's for pricing. So you're working so Blackstone gets pricing.
Yeah, I was supplying our locals.
Adam, we really need you to win one, man. We're on product here. So Blackstone wouldn't even sell it. Just you'd win it and bring it over to Blackstone to pricing only.
Yeah, we were really big on One Piece. I was definitely a big advocate for like supporting locals and like me going out and like really going out
for farming, essentially farming.
Yeah, but even though people kept talking shit about the deck, like I don't know why they didn't see it. I'm like consistently winning. Like this deck, it's not just me. Like the deck has to be good.
Yeah.
But people really liked, Dofi, Red Green Law, Zoro. Yeah, everyone kept saying Zoro was just a better red deck, but. It wasn't.
Yeah, okay. So then coming into the deck you're well known for now, Nami, how'd you like gravitate that? Because it's a different completely gameplay style. It's like different. Yeah, it's a different win mechanic. Like essentially it's like Zodia. So what made you go into that that field?
I tell my friends that when I was playing Red or like because they think of blue as a controlled. It is a controlled.
Yeah,
deck.
It is blue. Yeah.
But when I play red, I tell them I'm controlling the face. I still like my default if I'm not playing, even though I'm play major tournaments with Nami. I practice other decks, and I think that's something that I'm good at in the game in general is just like understanding end game scenarios and like what I need to do to win. Doesn't matter what the color is. But, like it's easier for me to do that with red decks. I think just aggressive decks. It just fits me. It's kind of interesting. I'm either aggro or really control.
Yeah.
I just something about like not wanting to battle out like someone else's boss monster for forever. I don't want to lose because someone has more than I do.
Yeah.
So that's just my theory for choosing certain decks. Like I either want to win fast or I want to make sure I'm gonna always win the long game.
Yeah.
But I think for One Piece, it's less fun for me to want to win the long game. So I'll play like the anti-control deck.
Okay, so that's how I got into Nami.
Yeah. At first, I didn't really I thought it was really bad.
So like the card came out, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, my friends.
That was a gimmick.
Yeah, my friends told me about it. They were more excited about Nami at first than I was. And I'm like, this deck kind of sucks. Like, wait, what do you mean I'm not going to win by attacking? So it wasn't until the deck actually came out after pre-release where I was like, the deck's cheap to make. Might as well just make it.
Yeah, it's on the side, right?
Yeah, I'll play it for fun.
Yeah.
I was like, it's actually pretty good. It doesn't it actually has better matchups than I thought it would. Even though at the time like it was like Whitebeard and like Red Green Law primarily being played. So I still played it here and there on the side. I still played. I played Black Smoker first in a major event before I played Nami, and I still played Starter Luffy after Gen Con. I think Russell Lepar is the one who made the deck popular again.
Nami.
Yeah. Oh no, starter deck Luffy.
Oh, Luffy. Okay.
Yeah, the
Luffy.
Red Luffy. It was like, oh, that's the deck I started out with, and it's
I'm
still
going back into it. Yeah.
So I played that for a while, and it wasn't until really OPO4 came out where I got a little bit more support, and I started really trying to deck build for it.
Yeah. What card came out in 4 that made it like on the back on the map?
A Searcher. Yeah, it was Apis. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just I felt like the deck needed more consistency, and that was like another way to make it consistent. So I felt like now it's worth trying to refine to make it worth playing in a tournament. So I did travel for a good amount of events. I think I might have played it like in 4 or 5 events. I got close to topping 2 or 3 of them, and 2 of them I just
on
did
bubble, right?
Yeah, on the bubble. If I would have won, I would have got in. And it wasn't until our 3v3 in January, or not January, December, where I finally had like I guess my first success
serial.
where I won it with my friends.
Yeah, that was one with Dylan and Nikki as your teammates, right? And then versus Kyle, Brian, and Henry. Yeah. So then that's your first event. Like, oh, this is actually like, winnable. You saw actually like results after all that grinding of like
So it took like a good amount to finally figure it out. Honestly, I still don't feel like I have it completely solved. Like I'm always like changing things. I always want to try new things. See what tech choices might work better. Like even for this past event, I was not set on my list until like the day before, and even when I was happy with it, I still feel like I might change a couple things.
Okay.
But I grinded a lot. Throughout OPO6 and OPO7, I had more events where I just bubbled. I was just 1 win away from...
Or the cut around.
The
cut around.
And it just sucked because like the one event where I did top, they didn't do top cut.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, man, I like bubble all the ones that had top cut.
Yeah.
And like this one felt kind of shitty, but I got my invite to Nats or whatever.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it's not whatever. That one actually meant a lot to me. I was actually worried about not going to Nats because at the time it was like first come first serve. Yeah. And I didn't get picked, so I was like, oh man, I have to
win an invite to go to Nats
to be able to go.
Yeah.
So that was like
this the open Nats in LA, right?
Yeah. The first
Nats. Yeah. So you needed so I think at the time it was open to everyone, and then everyone that had a top they're supposed to get like buy, right?
Yeah, it was like basically Yu-Gi-Oh VIP status.
Yeah, VIP status. So you got an entry into the main event, like without having to go to the wait list. Yeah. So then after that, we'll fast forward a little bit because there's a lot more bubbling until your first win in Pasadena the first time.
Yeah.
So how was that event? Like that was the RP Law event, right?
Yeah.
And you played RP Law.
Yeah, the boogeyman. I dodged the boogeyman that event. But I got really lucky. I mean, my bracket was perfect. I guess the one time I could have played RP Law would have been in top 4, but then I would have got my second serial. Yeah. And I would have been okay with that.
Yeah. Because at that point it's just pride. Because like top 8 means you got it already. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I got lost in top 8, I was like so excited. I was like, oh, I think I got this now.
Yeah. So you played into what, top 4?
I played against the BY. I played back-to-back BY.
Back-to-back BY.
Top 4 in finals.
That's one where you top 2, right?
Yeah.
We had dinner that Saturday night. We're like, oh. I love One Piece. I think it's my first major event. Like, oh, you end like at 5 o'clock at dinner, and like you're actually like a human being, not like Yu-Gi-Oh, where end like 11. Yeah. So it's nice. So then you won that Pasadena event, and then from there it's like where things start building up, right? You start winning more events and more online events, and
I think
that's where the snowball started rolling.
Yeah, my friend did the stats. It was like 5 out of the 6 months I got a top 8.
Yeah.
And the 1 month that I didn't was because there was no events. It was
doesn't count.
That's crazy. It was Nat season, so it was just the one and done for the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate though. Like out of all the it's great. I'm not trying to be negative about it, but like man, I topped all these events, but I didn't top the one that really mattered.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not like everyone says like the Nats, right?
Yeah.
Because you I think. You didn't do too well, right? You kind of like lost like round 8 or something like that.
What happened in that one? Did I lose round 1? Oh yeah, I did lose round 1. I lost round 1 to Amir.
That's crazy.
Like crazy enough. I mean, not crazy enough. Honestly, like even before that event, like I played a few online tournaments.
Yeah.
and I would always lose the mirror. Like it didn't matter. Like I don't think I played it badly or anything.
Yeah.
I honestly just think it was just variance. Like at the time I was only playing like maybe one hanger, and it's the guy who rests himself to draw a card. But it's like very important in the mirror because you have to out it. But if you attack, you're gonna give your opponent like so much tempo to speed out of the game. So you had to play other tech cards to try to get rid of it. And unfortunately, like I didn't draw my hanger, I didn't draw my tech cards, and they did. So it's like, how much can I do?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's okay. Like that happens.
Yeah.
Like me taking those losses, I'm totally okay with that because I felt like my deck was good against the rest of the room.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, but I mean, I think ultimately I did like pretty well. I think I lost out like round 8 or round 9
Yeah.
when out of the final 10.
Last round of day one, I think you
Yeah,
lost.
it was pretty close.
Yeah.
So, but I will say that was a little bit of a harder event because I don't know if too many people know this about me, but I had gone through cancer. I found out like earlier in the year.
Yeah.
That
It's actually crazy. He brings it up because Pasadena was his last event before the chemo.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, dude, anyone like reserved it? Like Adam did, dude. I was like so happy, and also like he told us because I'm his boss and we have to like he has to go through like protocols. So like I couldn't tell anybody, and like it's his story to tell, right? So like when he won, it was more than him just winning. It was like he can now like go to this process knowing that he did all he could do for that event. So it was really like heartwarming, and like we all felt like so touched,
Yeah, that win will always have a special place in my heart. Like, honestly, it was so crazy.
Yeah.
that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had found out I had cancer like early May. Took a while to finally get things situated.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like beginning of August, right? That was the regional.
Yes.
Yeah. So then
I think you're like, I was like, are you gonna be able to go? He's like, yeah. I think I end at that right at the event, like the week before you end it, the last treatment. And I'm like, are you sure you should go?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm like, all right.
So yeah, I had started my chemo like pretty much like first weekend of August, and it was like a 3-week cycle. And then Nats was the second week of the following month of September.
Yeah.
So I was still pretty much recovering.
Yeah.
So I definitely wasn't in like complete headspace, but like I definitely was excited to travel.
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone was going.
yeah. Like I had like a week and a half to recover. But definitely I was still pretty foggy in the head, and I was still happy with overall how I did. It just I definitely felt like that was like it was probably the best deck for that format.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate of like the life circumstances around it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like I bounced back from it.
Yeah.
Ended up getting 5 more cereals.
Yeah,
So
And then we get into Orlando now, right? The next Nats, and then that one you had an invite for because you got all those cereals you had an invite for. And then how was Orlando coming into Orlando?
Orlando, it was kind of hard to figure out what I wanted to do for that format. Honestly, if I had a little bit more time, the list that I ended up playing at One Piece Day for the same format was definitely the best version.
The complete list.
Yeah, version for the
list.
deck.
Yeah,
so if I was able to figure that out, I definitely would have done better.
Yeah.
I still did really well though. Like I had a good chance at making top cut.
Yeah.
But I lost to a friend like round 8 or 9. And he ultimately made top cut.
Oh, okay, so you pushed him up.
Yeah. So it was okay. Like I still would call it a good event, even though I didn't top. I came close to topping.
Yeah, because coming into One Piece Day, it was from Nats going to Worlds. There's no events. One Piece Day was the same day as like Worlds, right? Or like a week before Worlds. And One Piece Day, you topped, I think, one of the weekend events, right?
Yeah. I only got into day 2.
That's right. The first day you get.
Yeah, I tried to wait listen to day 1, but didn't make it. But I made the most out of day 2 for sure.
Yeah, day 2. Yeah. Because I think what One Piece Day was, it was a Saturday, Sunday, 3 pods of regionals of 5-12, right? Am I correct? Yeah. So like people were in different pods and stuff like that, and so like he only got to day 2, which is Sunday, and I think you're in the same pod as Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah. So and then Kyle also topped as well. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then now the new season, the first event of the year, right? Pasadena. What was your thoughts going into this first event of the year for you?
I still thought that.
It's also post ban list too.
Yeah, post ban list.
Yeah.
It looked like the deck was very good in a very good spot.
So
I think Gecko being banned made the. It kind of felt like I don't felt like the black decks had like a really good chance most of the time, but I guess it was one of those things where sometimes if you bricked, that card sped up the game so much where you were gonna lose. So, but now like if I draw a little bit slow, they don't have that.
There's 8 drop.
Yeah,
just has,
that's gonna summon 3 things and,
yeah.
and like
Then
make
it's
me
big bodies.
lose in 2 turns.
Yeah.
So I think because in general the format's generally slower, it's better for the deck.
For Nami, better for Nami. Going to like each round, did you think like, oh, I'm actually like doing really well? Like you felt it. You felt like this is gonna be it.
Honestly, I was really nervous. The first 4 rounds.
First 4 rounds, okay.
Yeah, like I don't
little,
know,
little
like,
rust or what? Was it?
it wasn't rust. It was just more like I felt like like anything could happen those first 4 rounds. Like I won a lot of close games, and I guess sometimes I kind of even though I haven't lost to Plouffe in a major event, it's supposed to be a bad matchup. So when I got that round 1 and then I got it again, I think like round 3, I was like, man, this is going to be a hard tournament.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, but I got through it.
Yeah.
And I think after the second one is where I felt like better.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, I think I just need to like stop feeling that way. Like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just felt good about my deck. I felt, and the matchups were generally favorable. I think a lot of them are just like you need to know how to play them. Like everyone says Blackbeard's hard, but it really isn't. It's just understanding like how you're supposed to win the game. And like kind of putting them in a checkmate position. When I got through that and I saw like the rest of the tournament, and my friends were still doing well. The only one I was actually really scared of was my friend Jackie because he was playing Dopey, and he's really good with the deck.
Yeah.
And so I have him in high regards, and that game would have been really hard for sure.
Yeah.
Even harder than I think it would have been like if I played like the deck as a tier 0 the prior format.
Yeah.
Even though it got nerfed post ban list.
Yeah.
So,
but then you luckily was on the opposite back bracket, right?
Yeah.
And Chow played Jackie, and Chow, you're like, Chow, please.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like 50-50 because at the I played against Yellow Kid in top 4, and in theory that deck is supposed to be a bad matchup for me too. And I didn't find out. I mean, after everyone posted the results and their deck list and stuff, and I saw his deck list, I was like, oh, I actually was fine the whole time.
Okay.
So I really locked out on that roulette.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was like more like
His build was not wasn't optimized to beat your deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it normally it's like it's a 6-drop Nico Robin card where it's just something that doesn't let you interact really, and it just kind of speeds up the game because it trashes one of your live cards. So when I found out when I saw his deck list and it wasn't in there, I was like, oh, I always had a chance.
Okay.
Yeah. So I felt good about that. So I had more like a 66% chance of having good matchups because it was the only Jackie I didn't want to play in top 4 in the end.
And then he got Chow in the end. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, Green Bonnie. What was your thoughts? Like, it's over.
I thought I was pretty set. Yeah. My opening hand was decent. And the way the game flowed, felt like I should be winning.
Yeah.
He played really well. He played it pretty correctly. He made like one mistake that actually, in hindsight, kind of made the game harder. So he had a carrot, and I had a rested Kaya, and he wanted to attack my face, but he pointed and said, to attack Kaya.
Yeah.
And he was gonna take it back. I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense that you're gonna attack my face and keep the Kaya rested.
Yeah.
But the head judge had kind of said like it was already vocal. You said what you were gonna do, and like he was trying to. I think taking back the Dawn is too much, but like taking back the attack would have been. I think I would have been okay with.
Yeah.
But because he ended up killing that Kaya, it like put me in a really fringe scenario where I kind of got stuck for a couple turns.
Yeah. Because you couldn't bounce it back.
Yeah. I actually wanted to bounce it back the next turn.
Yeah.
And then he ended up killing my third one, like the turn before I lost. So I was like, oh man, this is kind of.
I'm actually kind of like I'm getting effed up here.
This might be a lot closer than it needs to be.
Yeah. Because we're like watching the match here at the shop, and we're like, this guy's 15 cards. No way he's losing. And then we're like, wait a minute, Chow, what the hell, Chow? And then we're like, what? He's like dwindling his hand, and we're like, oh, it got more tougher than we thought it was going to be. And then we're like, okay, last turn you got it, Kaya, and then bounce Kaya.
So I got the easy button because he gave me the last card in life. But,
yeah, exactly. He tax face, yeah.
When I look back at my hand, I always like to review the games that I end up having on stream. I don't get to do that too often where I'll look back at it. Normally it's just when I play test, and I think that's something that's good about my playtesting group where we'll actively try different lines of play. Like, okay, let's say
rewind a little bit.
This happened first, and like I counter out a certain way, or how about let's say I start this way first, and it changes how I counter.
Yeah.
And so I like going through those things. Helps me practice. Helps me think about different lines.
Yeah.
So when I look back at my hand, and I was trying to remember the order of my deck. I was like, oh, I think actually I would have been fine either way, but it definitely was closer than it could have been. But so, yeah, good props to him though for making it as close as it was.
Yeah. And then everyone was like, oh, Chow got his first cereal.
Yep.
Now I can't say anything about it. He told me 17 to the face. I guess I gotta do it. 17 to the face. So yeah, congrats to Chow too, because I know he's been grinding for a bit. He won a couple locals here. He won one of the case tournaments we have here, and he hasn't done too well in major events. So yeah, shout out to Chow.
Yeah, we call him the case demon because he's actually won a good amount of case.
Yeah,
tournaments.
right.
Yeah, he's a good local player, and so it's good to see that he got his first cereal.
Yeah. What does the future hold for you, Adam? For One Piece and I guess other card games.
Well, for One Piece, I'm gonna keep grinding for as long as I get to enjoy the game and have the time for it. Overall, it's a great game. Even if I'm not gonna play Nami, I think I will easily find something that I would gravitate to. There's like a physical timer of like a year left being able to play the deck because of rotation.
What's the future hold for other card games for you? You said you're trying to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. I'm thinking about playing the next local YCS.
Okay.
So
that's Anaheim.
Yeah, it'll be Anaheim. Yeah. So I'll have to hit up my buddy Asala to put me back.
Give me a list.
Yeah, give me a list. Put me in the training room. You know?
Hydraulic chamber. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the story of Adam. Any last words for Adam here, Matt?
I was so AFK this whole time. I felt like I was watching the podcast. I was so logged in. I was like, comments, questions? No, I just need to hear more, please.
Yeah. Actually, Adam, you first met Adam by him being an employee here, right? You didn't know Adam prior to like his history of anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. So I've known Adam since like Yu-Gi-Oh days, like 2014 MG deals, and he was always one of the ones that really creative deck builders, and we just really got along, and met him through Jonathan, and from there it was just every regional say hi, and very, very friendly person, and went to my wedding. So he wasn't working here yet, and he went to my wedding, and we're just really good buddies. Well, how was your first interactions when you first met Adam?
Amazing.
I
I only think of Adam in the highest possible regard there is.
I asked Reese too. I like Reese, what's your top 3 employees? Like I'm like, he's like, oh, Manny's up there. I'm like, how Adam? It's like, oh, Adam's like number 0, bro. Like he's up there. Like, and everyone always talks really high about Adam. Like he's like one of the top 1 or 2s, if not like zeros. And he's so knowledgeable in all the card games and all the customer service and everything. He's been well trained and from multiple card shots, multiple scenarios, and so thank you, Adam, for being here.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Any last words for you, or any shout outs, anything you want to say?
Yes. Anything you want to say to the camera? Got one there. Got one there.
I got to shout out ProjectCCG and everyone here, all the people who, just, honestly, you guys have heard it. Just like I always get really abundant support, and I really appreciate it. They're really always helpful when I do want to start practicing and like I need to switch a shift or something. So I definitely wouldn't be able to get as much practice time if it wasn't for these guys. I got to thank just my playtesting group. Nikki, Dylan, Brian, Jackie, Kyle, like they're the main ones who like kind of put me through the ringer, and they're willing to like play test with me, and because it's like not everyone
wants to play Nami.
Not everyone wants to play against it,
Yeah, I don't play against it.
But I guess it does benefit them too, because like I think people's unwillingness to practice against it,
they lose easily too, because they don't all play against it.
They make so many mistakes. A good amount of the ways that I end up winning games because people maybe just attack in the right order, or
they don't know what they're doing,
or it gives me enough time to figure out what I need to do.
Yeah.
So I think big shout outs to them. Yeah. And shout outs to Pyramid. They always give me cool stuff, and they're always they're always really big supporters. I really appreciate them.
Yeah, and one last thing, if you guys are looking for coaching sessions, right?
Oh yeah, I've done. I am starting to get more. I can't think.
Clients?
Yeah,
or people, or
I've been getting a lot more people asking me about coaching and like master classes and stuff. But I don't think master classes are the way for the deck. I think one-to-one coaching and like small group settings definitely benefits. I've coached a couple people before, and they've done well. One of them got top 16. So I'm pretty happy, and I think if because at least it showed some results that. At least
you're teaching.
Yeah, I feel confident in like being able to help other people.
Yeah.
So if people are interested in like one-to-one coaching, definitely I'm open to it. And
where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter. You can message me on at Unlikely Hero or on Facebook if you just add me or my name, Adam Cisneros. Whatever's more accessible. But yeah, those are the main ways to reach me, and have the time for it. I'm definitely open to coaching.
Yeah. All right.
I've been coached by Adam, so I would 100% recommend
Yeah.
his tutoring.
Yeah. And Steven too. Steven plays Nami as well because of Adam. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Thank you so much for Adam for coming here. And he wants to change shifts so easy. Like, all right, he needs practice, bro. I don't care. Someone cover him. Cover Adam. But yeah, thank you, Adam, so much. I know he's one of the best employees here and one of the best players on the team. So thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
that's a wrap for this episode. We'll see you guys next time.